Morning, everyone.
This is the third time we've done this. Hopefully we hit all the right buttons.
All right. We're going to come up with you a little chair yoga today for any and all of our friends, families, clients, whatever out there that might have a little less mobility for whatever reason. Yoga is inexhaustively adaptable. So we're coming with you some options today to do it in your chair. All right, so first things first, I want you to bring your seat to the edge of your chair. And Neil's going to turn sideways, demonstrate. If you sit too back, you end up kind of slouching into it. Coming to the forefront of your chair allows you to really sit up nice and tall. And then place your heels directly under your knees, so your legs are at a 90-degree angle. And allow your hands to just rest on the top of your thighs. Once you're here, the eyes can close. And feel it beginning to turn inward. So letting your awareness start to come from the external world, slowly shifting to your internal world. You can begin to notice your breath. Both the inhales and the exhales. This is an act that we do without thinking about it throughout the day. So what happens when you dedicate all of your awareness, all of that ability to focus on something, turning to your breath? Feel the rib cage expanding on your inhales. And a sense of dropping in and letting go on the exhales. Now, along with the breath, bring your awareness down to your feet. This place of connection to earth energy. To develop a sense of being grounded. The breath moving from the feet up through the knees, all the way through the thighs to the hips. Feel your sits bones on your chair planted firmly. The breath moving up through the abdomen, torso, all the way up to the crown of your head. And letting the awareness travel down the length of your spine. Once again, rounding over the hips. Traveling down towards your knees. And once again, down through the feet and into the earth. So take a few more rounds of breath just like this. Body and breath awareness.
From that space of inner awareness, coming into an intention that speaks to you in this space of truth, in this space of connection to the earth, and in this space of connection to the breath. As you come into that intention, you begin to repeat it to yourself 3 times with meaning, and it can be something that has to do with you, or it can be taking some of the energy you create here and sending it in the direction of someone who needs it. Beginning to breathe into those intentions. From the base of the spine all the way up into the crown of the head. Nice big inhale. And then open mouth exhale, sends it out. Again, from the base of the spine into the belly, into the ribs, into the armpits, into the clavicle, all the way up into the crown of the head. Now open mouth exhale, sends it out. Last one here, biggest breath yet, all the way in, all the way up. And when you think you can't sip any more air into those lungs, just take it through a straw, little itty bitties up into the corners, all the way full. Chin comes to the chest, and just feel the expansiveness, the energetic quality of breath. The chin flies off the chest, open mouth, exhale. And from that space, bring it back to your center. Take a deep breath in, those arms are gonna rise up, the gaze is gonna go up. And on the exhale, right hand down towards the seat, left arm's right up alongside your ear, and you're just spinning the chest, you're spinning the belly. Maybe you slide your gaze underneath your left bicep. Rounding down through the left hip that wants to join, stretch. Inhale all the way up. Reach up into both of those fingertips with full hands, and on the exhale, left hand comes down. Right arm reaches right up alongside that ear. You spin your gaze. You spin the chest, you spin the belly. You feel the length of the right side body every breath in. And soften into that space as you breathe out. And then inhale, breathe all the way up. And on the exhale, right hand comes down, left hand comes high. Breathe into that space. Think about drawing those ribs back and in and opening up through your heart. And on your next inhale, come back to your center. Reach up. As you reach down, you're creating length energetically here. And on the exhale, left hand down and your right hand is high. And as you spin the chest and the belly up, you send that right hip down into the seat. And you create opposition, and from that opposition within your own body, you grow. Inhale and exhale. And then inhale, bring it back to your center. On the exhale, right hand down, left hand high. Reach and breathe. And this time on the exhale, you're just going to carve that left hand all the way down towards the earth, or as close as you can get. Left hand comes to the chair, right arm is reaching, right hip is reaching down. Big inhale here, and we move with the breath. Exhale, down towards the earth. Just let those arms windmill and take that left arm, reach up. And on the exhale, take it down. And inhale, just peel it up. Exhale. And exhale. All the way up, reach up, breathe up. And on this exhale, you'll just hold. Low back, begin to open up that low back with the breath. And this fold can be little itty bitty too. Maybe you have your hands on blocks or hooks, yeah, or a stool. Or maybe you don't need the hands down. Maybe you just fold here. You breathe for 5, All the way in and all the way out for 4. Nice, good, long, luxurious breath for 3. Softening for 2. Noticing the difference from the 5th to the first. Last one, inhale. Notice how the body responds. Exhale.
The next inhale, you'll slowly unravel the spine, one vertebra at a time, coming back to an upright position in your torso. Roll the shoulders up, back and down, and take a moment here, letting yourself neutralize in this centered position. Taking a couple of deep rounds of breath, and focusing that breath into the low back. These moments of pause in between postures is equally as important to being in a traditional asana, a traditional pose. So as we move on, you're going to inhale the arms up overhead once again. And this time moving into a twist. So you're going to exhale over to your right, left hand outside of your right knee, right hand behind the back. Inhale, reach up. And exhale over to your second side. Right hand to the outside of your left knee, left hand behind the back. Inhale, reach up. So we'll flow this a couple times first before holding it into a static position. So lubricating your spine, if you will. Inhale up. Exhale over to your other side. 2 more times, flowing from side to side. Each time, inhale, reaching up a little bit higher than the last time. Inhale, reaching up, twisting a little bit deeper than the previous twist. Now inhale, reach the arms up. And we're coming to the first side, twisting open to the right, for the left hand outside the right knee, right hand behind the back, holding onto the chair as Danielle is demonstrating here. Or if you want to take it deeper, you can hold onto the back of your chair. But as you hold, ground down through those sits bones and inhale, reach up through the length of the spine. And from that place of lengthening, exhale, deepening the twist. So you're not forcing your body into the twist ever. You want to really utilize your breath to create space and the exhale to move into that space. We're safe here for 3. Gaze maybe traveling over that back shoulder for 2. And 1. On your next exhale, slowly releasing back to neutral towards the center. We'll take 1 full cycle of breath in through the nose, out through the nose. And then inhale, reach the arms up overhead. And exhale, opening into your twist to the other side. So you know kind of the cues, you know where you're going. Maybe your left side's a little bit tighter than the right side. So give your body time to open to the posture.
And set your gaze on where you want to go.
Yeah.
So if you're twisting behind you, you're generally looking behind.
So full belly breaths. Exhales, allowing for the twist. And as you stay and you hold in the posture, notice what's happening. If your hips are starting to follow the twist, really feel the left hip drawing forward in space and that right hip drawing back in space. And we'll stay here once again for 3. Releasing from the twist in 2. And 1. Slowly letting that come back to neutral in your center.
Exhale, hands come to heart center. And then from that space, we'll warm up the spine a little bit with some cat-cow. You're gonna take the hands behind you. Did you ever do it like this?
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can be here, or you can eventually find a little bit more space, I would imagine, as you find the back of the chair. That tailbone is gonna tuck, or not tuck, stick out, and you're gonna let the ribs reach up towards the sky, and the heart reaches up, and you think about armpits up, and maybe head back. And then on the exhale, the low belly comes in, the chin comes to the chest. And you're creating space in the backside body here. Inhale, tailbones rising, lifting up through your heart. And exhale, low belly, low ribs, armpits, shoulders, chin. Again. Inhale, nice and big, bright and open. And exhale, just hollow it out. Use what you've got to create that space. One more time here, the rhythm of your body is dictated by the rhythm of the breath. When you exhale, you just draw everything in and create a hollow belly. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. And then inhale, come back up to that neutral spine. And I think from that space, we'll turn around and actually face the chair. So if you've got any props, maybe slide them out of the way. I always just go, yeah.
I was rather enjoying. Watch out for your light fixtures. All right. All right. So we're going to take a downward facing dog here. Hands are firmly on the chair. You can either hold onto the sides or plant them if you feel stable. You're going to walk your feet back. Danielle got her spine all nice and warmed up with those lovely cat and cows. So we're going to start to let the chest melt here. And let your gaze look down towards your toes, maybe back through your heels. You might need to change your position. You might need to walk your feet back a little bit deeper even once you start settling into the posture. The chest is melting here. We're in this downward facing dog type position. And I want you to really think about lifting your tailbone up towards the sky. So any of us that have a little bit tighter hamstrings, a little more dense connective tissue perhaps, feel free to bend the knees as you would in any other downward facing dog position. Beautiful. Stay here and breathe. Maybe you even practice and experiment with bending one knee at a time and just see how that refers to other places in your body, maybe the hips, the low back. And then again, eventually finding stillness and breathing into the shape, fully embodying your downward facing dog.
And this could be your down dog too. You can have those hands up. You can find what works for you in this space. It's not about what it looks like, it's about what it feels like. Yeah. So from there, you're going to inhale, walk yourself up. Your shoulders are going to be right over those palms. You can bend the knees a little bit here, kind of like a tabletop. And then from that space, we'll inhale, send the right arm out. And on the exhale, take that right hand right underneath your right, or right behind your left wrist, underneath the armpit, and start to soften yourself down. This feels heavy on me right now. Breathe for straight. And 2. As you're ready, on an inhale, press down into the left hand. Take that right hand high. Root down into the feet as well here. And on the exhale, you've got a tabletop. And then finding the other side, left arm, take it up, reach up, breathe up. And on the exhale, just slide that hand underneath. Soften your shoulder, soften your ear. Bend the knees as much as you need to. If you want to find something deeper, you can think about tracking left hip back. The hips want to be a part of everything. One more breath in. And one more breath out. And then inhale, take it all the way up, peel up, reach up, breathe up. And on the exhale, you've got your tabletop.
Sweet. All right, more twisting. It just feels so good. All right, you can come to a standing position. You can hold on to the back of your chair as needed. You're going to step your left foot up onto the chair here. Right hand can grab to the back of the chair, and we're going to prepare for the twist. And what Danielle is doing here is taking a modified version. So any of us that don't have this hip flexibility, or you have a hard time getting that foot up, you don't have to get it all the way up onto your chair. And take it right here onto your lower surface. All right, and ground down through that standing foot. Take a deep breath in, and then your inhale, you're going to twist up, reach up, the left hand high. All right. And that standing strong leg, giving you the stability, the foundation from where to twist. At any point in time, you can take this hand to the low back if having that arm up is too much. If you want to take it even deeper, maybe the hand comes behind your head and you think about twisting and looking up at that elbow as you lean your head back against your hand. And take a deep breath in here. And on your exhale, slowly release from the twist. Just going to take a little open twist here. We did this right, yeah. So the left hand on the back of the chair. And inhale, just reach out, right hand open behind you, just a little counter twist action. And then let that hand come back to center. We're going to switch our feet, step the left foot down, and the right foot up. Left hand grabs onto the back of the chair. Inhale, reach up. And again, modified version, hand to the low back if that's good enough for you. Or if you want to take it deeper, take the hand behind the back of your head. Elbow up towards the sky, gaze looking up towards the elbow. And breathing here.
And if looking over that right shoulder feels icky for your neck, you can just look down at your left hand.
Take another full cycle of breath in through the nose, out through the nose. And then slowly releasing on your exhale back to neutral, back to the center. Open twist, just reach the left arm out behind you. Breathe in. And exhale, releasing, hands back to center.
So from there, get your tops out of the way again. And we're going to slide over our chairs. You're going to turn your right toes towards 12 o'clock. Your left toes, those are my left toes. And then my back foot is going to be turned slightly in, like where I am. And ideally, your feet and your heels of your front foot and the arch of your back foot, there's some type of alignment there. From that space, lots of bend in that left knee. If this feels like entirely too much, you can sit. And from that space, reach that left arm out in front and that right hand reaches back. You gonna get me, girl?
No. I was gonna just let emphasize that if stability and if balance is something that you're working with, and you don't feel like taking the arms out, it's always okay to just do this one side at a time with the hands.
And then sit with that breath. You're here for 5. Taking it inner knee towards outer knee at the front of your mat. For 3. Steady breath in, steady breath out for 2. And then stay there on your inhale, find peace. Reach up through the left side body. And on the exhale, warrior 2. 2 more like that. Inhale, peel it up. Exhale, sit back into that space. Inhale one more time, all the way in, all the way up. And exhale, take it low. From there, take the hands to the chair. Inhale, press yourself up. Turn those back toes in, or your other foot slides in. The other foot slides out. Basically, you're facing in the other direction in your warrior 2. Reaching those fingertips. This is almost just for anybody. A lot of it is actually. It's different. It's nice. So sitting out over with that gaze and that rib cage drawing in. You're here for 4. Steady breath in, steady breath out for 3. All the way in and out for 2. And then staying strong because you're stronger than you think you are. Inhale, find your peace, peel it up, reach up, breathe up. And on the exhale, take it back. 2 more, your breath, your rhythm. Take a big breath in here. On the exhale, take those hands to the chair. From that space, heels hold those feet in. What do we got, Titus?
Do you want to do this one?
So your heels are in, your toes are out. Once again, you can find yourself in a little seat and move with us. Wherever you're at, you're gonna take those, you can stay here and just find breath if you want, but if it's available to you, you're gonna take those arms and reach them up and think about that intention that you set at the beginning of class and start to manifest that in between your hands. And breathe into it. And take a big inhale here. And on the exhale, you're just gonna bring it into the midline of the body like, Inhale, open mouth, exhale, in and out. 2 more. It's right there in your hands. Do it inside of you. 2 more.
My legs are burning.
Last one in. And last one. Inhale, take it up, straighten those legs. Exhale, take the hands to the back side of the chair. Walk your feet a little bit back so your toes are 12 o'clock. It's a wide-legged forward fold. From that space, your hands are either back side of the chair. You can try to get your hips over your heels, right? And just leaning super far back, that form. And then from that space, you'll take the left hand down. You should take over.
You got this lovely wide-legged twist. And like Danielle was mentioning before, the hips like to follow and they like to participate a lot more than they need to. So take a moment here, square your hips off to the floor, and then focus that this twist, this rotation is coming out of the waist.
And you can bend the knees here too if that feels better.
Always bending the knees, that's needed. And then using this connection of the hand against the chair to twist and bring that shoulder on top of the wrist. Breathe here for 3. We'll let it go in 2 and 1. Let that Twist, release. Replace the right hand where the left hand was. In this centered pose here, the hips are square to the floor. Shoulders a little off center from the wrist and then pressing into that connection. Twist up, rotate up. Pay attention to your hips.
Which is like, bam! Or like, no, girl. I can't help it, sorry.
No.
Bam,
Bam,
bam.
bam. Danielle's hips do a lot of talking. Breathing here for 3. And releasing in 2. And 1. Hands down. Alright.
So from that space, bring yourself in, take the hands to the hips, start yourself up. We start with the tree. Right? From here, guys, your hands are, I'm going to do a little neck thing. Your hands are at your hips. Take a big inhale here on your exhale. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. And then bring it down to your center. And then bring it over towards that right shoulder. And then bring it up. Breathe into the crown. And on the exhale, right ear towards right shoulder. And from that exhale, just take it all the way down and around. Just let it feel good.
And does it. It feels so good right now.
And bring it back to your center. So that is available to you. If you want to go a little bit deeper, the hands are going to come behind the back. You're going to interlace the fingers and slide them over to in between your ribs and your hips on the right side. Squeeze the elbows together, and that might look like this. It might look like this. It's fine, whatever it looks like. Your pose, stash it. Elbows draw back. Big inhale here, and on the exhale, you're going to drop that right ear again towards that right shoulder. And from that space, draw the chin down towards the chest. Roll it over towards the left. And take it out. Take a big breath in here and exhale over to the left. Squeeze those elbows together. Take that chin down and roll it in. And then just roll it up. And sit up nice and tall. Under the fingers, shake it out. Shake, shake it. Ooh, I like this. Sorry, I do though. Hands behind your back. Your future is bright. Hands over to the left. Think about low ribs in, yeah. Squeeze those elbows together, feet are hip width apart. Deep breath in here. Deep breath out. Inhale. And on the exhale, you're over to the left. You start to let the chin drop. You're over to the right, squeezing those elbows aware. And all the way back to center. Sit with that. And then on an exhale, the right ear, right shoulder. Feel that in your left neck. Chin down towards the chest. Over to the left. And all the way up and just sit with that. Let go of those fingertips. Hey, hard.
Yeah.
Woo.
Good. And now you're ready to rock out. All right. All right, so we'll do a couple balancing poses here. Beginning with tree pose. Take your hands to the back of your chair. Your right foot will be your balancing foot first, and you turn your left toes out at a 90-degree angle from your right foot. So the first variation is simply to bring that heel against the inside of your foot, or inside of your standing leg if you like. If that feels comfortable, you can practice taking your hands away from the chair just to your heart.
One hand.
Yep. If you feel like your hips have it in them, you can also bring that foot up to the inside of your calf or any other variation. Just make sure your foot's not against the inside of your knee. And balance is one of those things, like with any kind of movement. If you don't use it, you're going to lose it. So as we continue to progress in this life, we won't call it aging, we're progressing in life. You want to make sure that you continue to do things that challenge your balance. So no matter if you're doing a full balance or you're using your chair, just practice. So as you stand here, feel that grounded, strong right leg pressing down into the floor. And from that pressing down allows you to rise up. Be here. Embody your tree. Feel your roots strong. We'll stay for 3. Release the foot in 2. And 1. If your foot has left the floor, return it down to the ground. Bend your knees right, left, right. And then take the second side. So the left foot becomes the foundation. Right toes turn out. Take your time to set it up. Find your variation here. Whether you're kickstanding that foot to the inside of the ankle, or you're bringing that foot up. Stand here and breathe, using your props as necessary. Maybe you try a little bit of hot potato action here with the hands against the chair if you're working on your balance. But know that all those tiny little accessory muscles are working to help you create and maintain balance in your body. It doesn't matter if you're free or not.
I find this more challenging.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I always am doing this.
Yeah.
It's just different. Different's good.
Different is good. And we'll stay for another couple rounds of breath. So really settle into it. What does your tree pose have to show you today? Take one more inhale. And then with your exhale, allow your foot to return to the floor. Once again, just kind of shake it out a little bit and then knee side side.
Shake it a lot.
Or not.
It looks cool. So from here, we're going to come into a little warrior 3 action. Hands to the back of the chair, or hands can come down to the chair. And from that space, you're just going to walk your feet back so they're sitting underneath the hips and you've got a nice long spine. And from there, ground down into your left foot and start to let that right leg rise up. It might not get that far off the earth. You're still balancing, you're still standing on one leg. If you want, you can go deeper and really start to reach that right leg towards the walls behind you. From that right heel, you take energy up into the crown of the head. And breathe. There's always a lot of fluctuation in these poses, and that's really the beauty of it. It's being able to stick and stay focused in the midst of movement. One more here. Inhale. And then exhale that right foot. Goes down. Inhale, breathe into the crown of the head, long in the spine. Exhale, left leg, take it up. And maybe with every inhalation, you start to root down a little bit more into the right foot. Maybe with every exhale, you start to reach a little bit more into your left heel. The left hip's going to roll down, and you're reaching in through the crown of the head here. Bending that right knee just slightly feels a little bit better. It's all about how you feel, and I can't emphasize that enough. If you're not smiling on your mat, there's something going wrong. We're here for 3. And 2. And then and gently release that go. And from that space, walk it in. Take those hands to the hips. Put those shoulders on the back and just draw yourself up. Awesome.
We've got another final seated posture, turning us back to center. I think this is one of our favorite poses, a seated figure 4. So we've got some variations available to you. We'll start with the right leg lifting. So you can bring your left foot to the knife edge on the floor, or you can bring it onto your stack of books or blocks, or if it's available to you, you can bring your ankle to the top of the left knee. So the right ankle to the top of the left knee.
Which might look like this, and that's okay. It'll go down, we promise.
So again, be sure you're sitting at the edge of your seat, and that left heel is under the left knee. And inhale, breathe up here. And as you exhale, you're gonna lean forward, bring hands to the heart. I'm sorry, that's what I wanted to do, hands to the heart.
Okay.
So hands at the heart to begin with. Inhale, hand up, exhale, hands to the heart. So take another full breath in here. And as you exhale, you can begin to experiment with leaning forward. So you want to keep that chest lifted. Leaning forward doesn't look like rounding the back and dropping your head down. It's staying long through the spine. Forearms may come all the way down to the shin. They might not. You might stay in a more lifted position here. You can breathe here, really opening through that right hip. And if you wanted to add on, you can add a twist here. So the same thing is going to imply you want to stay long through the side, through the spine, and you exhale. Your right forearm can come to the top of your right shin, and your left arm might reach up. For anybody who really wants to go for it, you might take that elbow towards the instep of your right foot. It's quite an intense stretch, an intense twist as well. So be sure that your body is open for it and ready for it. Remember, when we're adding on these variations to postures, it is with an intention to intensify the posture, to intensify your focus, to be in the posture. So being in that intensified version means your mind is wandering around like, oh my God, I can't wait to get out of this. Then you need to step it back, scale it back a little bit. With your next inhale, then you're going to return to center. Inhale, reach the arms up. And as you exhale, you can bring your hands down. You need to, if you've got that ankle up, you might use both hands to release. Leg down. Another opportunity to shake it out if you like. And then preparing for your second side. Moving into the left ankle to the top of the right knee or anywhere along the scale. Take a couple breaths here, really finding your foundation. And then inhale, reach the arms up. Nice big breath in. Exhale, hands come to the center. We'll take a full breath here. And then as you exhale, you may choose to begin that leaning forward process, or you may choose to sit tall here. If this is already feeling enough, there's no reason to take it any further. And once again, that option to add the twist. You can slide your left forearm down. And inhale, reaching the right arm up. Or those hands can stay in that prayer type shape. And you can reach your left elbow towards the sole of your right or your left foot. Really considering and feeling into your body which variation is actually serving you today in your body. One more full cycle of breath. And then your inhale will bring you back to center, reaching your arms up. And exhale, hands back to the heart. Releasing your left foot down to the floor. Coming back into your grounded, neutral posture where we started. Taking the time here just to breathe. Any emotions, any physical releases that came, allowing it to be synthesized in your body right now.
That space of awareness in the body, in the breath, and perhaps in the mind. Begin to find a deeper inhale and a little open mouth exhales. And breath in, not open mouth. And this last one, breathing into that intention. And the open mouth exhale. From there, begin to find a little bit of movement in your fingers, your feet, your toes, your wrists, ankles, legs, that head roll left, right. Just coming up into a nice conscious state. The feet are grounding you down, the hands at the heart, the hips into the seat. The hands in a gesture of gratitude. May our hearts remain open, may we awaken, and be the light. Thanks. totally forgot. So, Gracias. Mira, this Mars was someone who I did chair yoga with this summer, and now she's in Canada. And this is for you.
And I also dedicate this to you, mom and pops. Greg and Connie, when get your chairs out, do some yoga with me. I know we're thousands of miles away from each other, but love you.
Share it with your family.
Share it with your family.
Sharing is caring.